Today's video is a brief reaction to two YouTube videos, one posted by Kevin Samuels titled Give Me a Break, and the other one posted by Courtney Michelle from the LaPeef Network titled Red Pill Community, What's the Resolve? Now, I put the links to the original videos in the description box below. In Courtney's video, she asked the question, when are we going to stop talking about the problem and get to the solution? In Kevin's video, he advises people to give themselves a break from doing what they normally do so that they can achieve a different outcome. Now, I submit to you guys who listen to him regularly should take a break from what you're doing or what you normally do. However, Kevin won't like the reason why I agree with him, and you might not either. Let's talk about it. First of all, I have to say that I'm not hating on Kevin Samuels, all right? I'm not jealous of his success. Kevin is just 9 years older than my oldest son. Now, I've been coaching and leading boys and men to become better versions of themselves all of my life. And I understand that you can't be soft on a man if you want him to stand as a man among men. So I'm the type of man who Kevin Samuels should select as an advisor if he needed one, all right? But I would be tough in my criticism with him too. You see, I'm a firm believer that nobody gets better or gets to be a better man or is able to rise to another level without criticism. And one of the reasons many black women are failing in their relationships is because they cannot accept any form of criticism. Now, I'm a man that always tells the truth, okay? And I always call them the way I see them. Now, if your feelings get hurt, my motto is, the sooner you get over it, the sooner you'll get better. But people hate to be criticized, so now we live in a society where the 9th place loser gets a trophy and nobody can hurt anybody's feelings. Consequently, we have a hard time being successful because we didn't have anyone to tell us where we were messing up so that we can level up. That said, I have to tell you that guys like Kevin Samuels are exasperating to me because he makes money off black people's misery. See, he has the capacity to go in a more positive direction, but this way is working for him, so he won't. And my problem is what he does doesn't work for you. See, he talks some anecdotal success and fan praise. However, at the end of the day, nothing in people's lives, relationships, or bank accounts change. Now, I used to contact him regularly to try to get him into joining me and providing a solution to the black community's relationships and wealth problems, but he won't join me because it's not in his best interest to solve black relationship and wealth problems. You see, Kevin knows that I'm holding the answer for men who did not have a father to teach them how to become the best version of themselves, all right? And he knows that my masterclass will give men the information that they really need to grow and to get to the level where they want to go. So I perceive that he is hoping that he can make the most money that he can before cats like you find out about me.
I was born with a father who was out doing what he was doing. Papa was a Rolling Stone, you know. So many of us did not get what we needed in childhood, did not get what we needed in our formative years, did not get what we needed when we decided to go to college and relationships and this and that. If you don't do the work, I could drop you in the middle of the situation you say you want. I could drop a woman in a room with 100 high-value men wanting to get married in under a year, and they'll blow it. Conversely, I could drop 100 men in a room full of feminine, beautiful, inspirational women wanting to be cooperative and submissive to a man, and you'd blow it because you haven't given it. Because you can't give yourself a break. How many of you guys have really decided to do the work to break these cycles?
Notice Kevin said that we didn't get to what we need to be the best version of ourselves growing up. Then he turned around and said, you have to do the work to be the best version of yourself. See, my question is, Kevin, do the work with what? Okay, every job requires some kind of tool, knowledge, information, or skill to get the job done, right? Where can men get the tools or knowledge needed to do the work required to become our best version? What information do you have, Brother Samuels, that will help us make that transformation?
And so many of us got our head down in the sand, stuck thinking about the future or the past, not in the present. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a break today and say, I'm going to be present. I'm going to get out of my house today and I'm going to go sit somewhere around human beings and be present in the moment. Talking about stuff that's in the moment, not worrying about the future, not worrying about the past, not worrying about a bill, not worrying about this. Be present.
Now, Kevin, why don't you just admit, my brother, that you don't have the knowledge that people need, all right? You are very good at stating the problems with relationships between black men and women. However, you do not have the information, knowledge, or wisdom to give people to solve those problems. See, your advice to them is just go out and be present, and that's nonsense, all right? Brother, you said that you could drop a man in the middle of a group and of the type of woman that they want, and they'll blow it. And they will blow it because you didn't give them the information that they needed to achieve success in that situation. And Brother Sanders, you do a great job, okay, explaining what a high-value man is, but you never give men information on how to become a high-value man. See, you used to talk about Henry's regularly until I laid out beautifully in one of my videos how and why I created that acronym back in the mid-90s. And you know that I have the solution, but you won't introduce me to your followers or subscribers because you think that I might make your channel irrelevant, okay? But brothers, men like my brothers, Kevin Samuels, who I really love, okay, are good at chasing controversy by arguing and debating. He gets a lot of views on his videos because he fights on YouTube, and it's like watching reality TV, and it's entertaining, okay? But if you watch Kevin's videos, you'll be entertained, but at the end of the day, your life and relationships will not be changed. Now, I used to admire what I thought Kevin was trying to do, but now I see that he wasn't really trying to do what I thought. So I have to place him in the category of the problem pimps. And see, problem pimps are black men who make money off black people's misery, like Umar Johnson and Tariq Nasheed. See, they are good at highlighting the problem. However, they rarely, if ever, give you information that will solve the problem. And that's because if they solve your problem, you will no longer have a need to listen to them rehearse the problem, and they'll lose money. Therefore, they keep creating controversy by rehearsing the black community's problems continually so that they can keep making money. And brothers, you cannot live life like it's a roll of the dice. Sometimes you win and sometimes you crap out. If you know the rules of the game and you have been taught how to play the game better than the next man, you'll always win. But if you don't know the game or how to play to win, you have to humble yourself and pay the price to have another man teach you. Too many guys go into relationships trying to play football using basketball rules, then wonder why they never win. First of all, you can't dribble a football, and there's no hoops on the football field. If you have been a football fan watching from the stands, you can't just go out on the field and expect to score. You will get your ass handed to you right in front of God and everybody, all right? You have to go through some training to prepare yourself mentally and emotionally to take the hits, get up, and keep playing. You must receive some coaching, brothers, to prepare yourself spiritually and financially to be the best man that you can be. Now, once you become the best man that you can be, then you can go out on the dating field, play like a pro, and expect to score. Now, do you understand that the reason why the NFL hands out the Man of the Year award is because they know that better men make better athletes? See, better men make better husbands, fathers, and providers also. And if you want to be a better man, you can't just be present, okay? You can't just go out and make contact with other people and expect to achieve success. If you didn't get what you needed to be the man that you want to be from your father, then you need an older and wiser man to share that information with you, all right? You cannot get wisdom from guys around your age and your peer group or a little older than you. Too often, they also have not been trained by older men and are living their lives based on facts and opinions rather than wisdom. See, Kevin likes to say that he doesn't have any books or classes to sell, and he acts like he's doing you a favor by not having these offers, okay? But the truth is that he does not have a heavy amount of wisdom necessary to fill up a book or create a class, and I suspect that if he wrote a book, it wouldn't be more than a pamphlet. And secondly, he does not need to sell a book or a class on YouTube because he makes plenty of money by keeping you entertained. Watching his 52-year-old ass debating with 20-year-old girls, okay? Guys, always remember this, okay? If you are not paying for the product, you are the product. If you get invited to lunch, but they won't tell you on the menu, that's because it's you. Watching his videos don't educate, they entertain, okay? And the process of entertainment is to keep you right where you are.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
And once you get done watching, you will still have the problem. Now, the reason why I create books and classes is because it is not feasible to teach you everything you need to solve your relationships and build relationship problems and build wealth for your family in a YouTube video. You need to get information that is designed in a way that you can tailor it to your specific situation so that it will work for any man who puts it to work. And brothers, you need a man who can help you learn the rules of the game and develop a game plan so that you can win. And unfortunately, you are not going to get that kind of help from men who are the problem pimps. Again, the reason why you will never get the information that you need to be a better man, husband, father, and provider is because there is too much money to be made in talking about the problem. And there's another guy who Kevin Samuels appears with regularly named Lapeef, and he has a panel of 6 people on his channel where they sit there for 3, 4, and 5 hours every day just talking about the problems because he gets thousands of views on every episode. And see, he also gives some of the individuals from this panel an opportunity to have their own podcast on his network. And one of the women named Courtney Michelle posted a video titled Red Pill Community, What's the Resolve, okay? And she was asking the question, when are we going to get to the solution rather than continuing to talk about the problem?
Yes, and I'm thinking that this is about to be the change in the pendulum. Like now we get into a resolve and we're not. We're stuck. What I'm seeing is something in reverse. Like we're not growing.
Now I need Courtney to understand that Lapeef makes too much money presenting a problem, so he is never going to offer a solution that will effectively solve the problem. And sisters, he will let you continue to post on his channel as long as you continue to contribute to dialogue about the problem. But if you start talking too much about resolving the problem, you are going to have a problem with him letting you post. Now, if that happens, you can post on my channel. Now, I'm told by other men with YouTube channels, okay, that black men don't like to have products sold to them in our videos. And I'm told that you just want to receive content for free and you don't want to be made to feel guilty because you didn't buy anything. As black men, we are never going to elevate our communities economically if we continue acting like gimme jimmies. Okay, you have a problem with racism and you hate religion, but you seem to be a firm believer in gracism. See, gracism is the belief that God should give you something for free, but if you can't get grace from God, then you should get grace from another black man. See, we have to stop this gimme the hookup nonsense and start supporting black business. If I have a product or service that you need in order to become the best man that you can be, why would you expect me to give it to you for free? Why is the price always too high for you to buy? It's because you're either greedy or you don't understand that the price of knowledge is always lower than the cost of ignorance. This reminds me of when I published my first book. Now, I couldn't get a deal in a bookstore at that time, so I was selling them out of the trunk of my car. Now, I operated on the mindset that every man was a potential customer, okay? So I didn't let anybody pass me without showing them what I had to offer. Now, I could tell immediately that this one brother wanted the book because he kept turning it over and admiring it. Then he asked me, how much does this cost? And I told him the price. Then he asked, how much are you gonna make on it? So I asked him, let me see the book for a second. And as soon as he gave me my book back, I just walked away. Okay, now, I don't understand why black men do this to each other, okay? He knew that he could have used the information in that book, but he was so concerned with how much money that I might make that he just couldn't bring himself to buy it. Brothers, my books and classes contain evergreen information, okay? They can be used to teach and train the next 4 or 5 generations of your sons. They are designed to give black men the knowledge that they need to improve their relationships with black women and build wealth for black families, all right? Now, I provide relationship improvement information that is based on black cultural situations, okay? And see, we have a unique cultural situation, so we need information that is going to address our situations, All right. Now, I sacrificed a lot of my time and energy, and it cost me a lot of money to produce these products. So I am not going to give them away to you Jimmy Gimmies for free. And additionally, you need someone to teach you how to grow to be the best version of yourself by building your life on a solid spiritual foundation. Okay, and believe it or not, every Fortune 500 company and and the wealth of every Fortune 500 level family was built on a spiritual foundation. And I spent a lot of time, money, and energy earning a PhD in biblical studies so that I can deliver spiritual development information to men without religion or the corruption of religious interpretations. And the reason we have so much relationship trouble in the black and poverty in the black community is we try to build our lives on facts, opinions, and anecdotal situations. But successful lives, relationships, and financials can only be built on a foundation that's spiritual. Otherwise, it will eventually crumble and fall. And once the storms of life come along, okay, they'll fall. Now, Kevin Samuel says to give yourself a break from what you've been doing, to get out of the situation that you're in, and I suggest that you take advice. Take a break from watching his videos because they only serve to keep you in your current situation rather than teach you to become your best version. All right? Amen. Well, that's all that I have for now. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share this video with your family and friends, and I'll be back with something new that nobody told you. Until then, remember that God loves you, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'll see you next time on Maximizing Fatherhood.